everyone, it's winter time and I thought I'd show you a quick little tutorial on how to crochet your own scarf. And what you'll basically need is a ball of yarn from Michael's or Joann's, one of those fabric type stores, and a crochet needle, which is this. It's not a knitting needle, it's very different. You only need one. It's blunt on the end, and then there's like a little hook to grab the yarn. And they come in different gauges. This one is a 5.5 millimeters, and you're going to want to choose different sizes depending on how loose and tight you want your scarf to look. So if you want a tighter scarf, you'd go for a smaller one. I think the smallest one I saw was like 3.5 millimeters, and then they have also really big ones too. So this one, I like to use the medium sized one, which is 5.5, and they come in plastic and metal. So I'm going to show you quickly the one I'm working on. This is my scarf. I'm about halfway done. So you can make it as long or as short as you want. You can do different colors. It doesn't have to be a solid color. You can use 2 different types of yarn and make stripes, and just you can style it however you want to. So I'm going to show you real quickly how to start that. What you're going to need is a knitting needle and some yarn. What you're going to do first is you're going to make a loop. So you're going to cross it over like that, tuck it in, and we're going to pull it. We're not going to pull it all the way through. We're going to hold both ends. You're going to hold the loose end and the end that's connected to the yarn at the one end. You're going to pull it up gently, and you're not going to want to make a complete knot. The best thing to do is to put the knitting needle in the loop so you know how thick you want the loop to be, and just pull it up until it stops at where the needle is. So if you take it out, that is about how big you want the loop to look like. So stick it back in. What I'm going to do next is hold the loose end of the yarn down with my right hand, and I'm going to bring this yarn up over around the needle. As you can see, it has a little hook at the end. So what I'm going to do is bring it toward the hook, hold the other end with my other finger, and you're going to loop the hook inside the loop that you just made earlier. And if the loop is too small, then you might have to loosen it up if you can't pull it in. That's why you don't want to make a complete knot, so you can adjust it. So hook over, hold both sides with the same finger, and I'm going to loop it in. It's just harder to do when I have to show you slowly. Sorry, one second. So you can see it went in, and there's like another loop there now. You're going to do the same thing. What this is going to create the width of your scarf. Pull in like that. So 2 loops, 3 loops. So you're going to do the same thing. Just bring the yarn up over and pull it through. And I'm not going to make it too long so I can show you the next steps. So just a few more loops. And make sure you pull the string so it's relatively tight so the loops down here aren't too loose. So that's what it looks like. Pull and pull. Now I'm going to take the string, pull it over once like how we did earlier, and the last loop that you made, you're going to stick the end of this needle into that loop. So the last loop we made is right about here. So you're going to see it right there? That's the loop. Pull it in with the yarn over the needle, and I'm going to stick this inside the loop and push it through to the other side of the loop. The ones on the edges take a little bit more time. They're a little harder to put them through, but that's what it's going to look like. So loop it again over the needle, and as you can see on this needle there's 3 separate lines of yarn. What I'm going to do is pull the end with this yarn over the needle through the first 2 loops. So we'll just loop 1 and then the second loop, and then you're going to end up with 2 loops. So again, cross the yarn over the needle, and this time I'm going to pull it through both loops like that. So we started the first one. Now loop again over, and now we're going to go to the next loop in this yarn, which is this one right here. Stick the end through there, and then pull the yarn over like that, and then pull it through like that. So again, you're going to have 3 loops. Pull the yarn up and over, pull the needle through the first 2 loops like that, 2 loops left, pull up and over, pull through 2 like that. So now that's done. You end up with 1 loop again. So we're going to go to the next hole, which is this one right here where my nail is. See, in between the middle of the 2 fingers, pull over, stick it through the loop, sometimes you'll need to use your nail to help widen the loop to pull the needle through. But see, now I have 3 loops. Take the yarn, loop it over, pull through the first 2 loops, and just make sure you leave that third one. So tighten the string a little bit to make sure these loops aren't too big up here. So tighten the string a little, pull through the last 2 loops like so. So I'm going to speed up to the next one so I can show you what to do when you get up to the end of the yarn. Just take your time at first, and maybe a little frustrating, but once you get the hang of it, it'll be really easy. Especially when you start at the bottom of the scarf, it takes a little more time because these loops are a little harder to stick your needle through. So here I've now reached the end of my scarf, and after you do the two loops and then the last 2 loops, it's gonna look like this. And what you're gonna do is do a single loop, so loop over, pull through like that, and tighten the end a little bit, pull on the yarn, and now the right side of the scarf, we're gonna flip it over. It's gonna become the left side. So we're going to do the same thing and stitch all the way across to this side. So you're going to take the yarn, loop over 1, and then you're going to take the first hole you see right here where above my nail, there's going to be a hole right there. See it? So you're going to loop through all the way through like that, and then keep the yarn like this. I'm going to hook this yarn and pull it back through the loop like this. So now there's 3. Loop 1 over and then pull through and flip it over, and then just repeat the steps, and that should be it. And when you're done, you're going to want to just cut your string, the yarn, and pull through the end. And that's it. Good luck.